Ever see someone flexing a $100 hoodie and think, I bet that costs $10 to make? Well, you're probably right, and I'm about to show you exactly where to buy it for that price. Welcome to the ultimate 1688 playbook, where we're going to turn China's most secretive wholesale platform into your personal money printing machine. We're talking factory prices, zero middlemen, and enough profit margins to make your accountant cry tears of joy. So what exactly is 1688? Picture this. It's like Amazon, but instead of paying retail prices to Amazon, you're buying directly from the factory that makes everything. It's Alibaba's wholesale marketplace that most foreigners have never heard of because, well, it's completely in Chinese and they don't exactly roll out the red carpet for international buyers. But here's the beautiful part. That's exactly why it's a gold mine. While everyone else is fighting over scraps on AliExpress, you'll be getting the same products for literally 70% less. I'm talking about the exact same iPhone cases, the same sneakers, the same everything that influencers are dropshipping for massive markups. Fun fact, most of those exclusive items on Instagram ads, they started right here on 1688.com. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Everything on 1688 is in Chinese. Most people see those characters and immediately think, nope, not for me. But what if I told you that language barrier is actually your competitive advantage? Here's my secret weapon that turns 1688 into perfect English. You're going to use Alipay. Think of it as China's version of PayPal, except it's basically a mega app that does everything. And I mean everything. Payments, shopping, ordering food, booking travel, and yes, wholesale sourcing through 1688. Here's exactly what you're going to do. First, open Alipay and log in. Then tap the profile icon, that's the little human head, go to settings, then general, then translation to. Toggle that blue switch on, then pick your language. I'm choosing English, but this works for Spanish, French, you name it. Now, back on Alipay's home screen, tap more, then hit the search bar up top and type 1688. Launch the first results. This is the official 1688 mini program inside Alipay. See that tiny translate icon in the corner? Tap it once and boom, the entire dashboard, categories, product titles, reviews, chat interface, everything shows up in English every time you open it. No screenshots, no lens, zero headaches. Why does this rock? Because you're inside Alipay. Checkout is literally a single tap. Supplier messages auto-translate both ways, so you can actually have conversations. And the language toggle sticks, so your next visit is already in English. Honestly, this trick feels like you just unlocked a secret menu item. If language was your last roadblock, congratulations, it's gone. This is my #1 recommended way to use 1688, hands down. However, you can also use the mobile app through iOS. For Android users, you can visit m.1688.com and hit the floating banner to grab the APK, then install it manually. And if you're more of a desktop person, I've got a full downloadable guide waiting for you in the description. Okay, here's where most people get stuck and give up: creating an account. 1688's registration is designed to keep foreigners out, asking for business licenses and Chinese phone numbers. But I'm about to show you the back door that skips all that nonsense. Ready for this? Don't even bother with 1688 registration. Instead, go to world.taobao.com, switch the language to English in the top right corner, fill in your phone number, get that SMS code, create a password. Done! Keep that login handy because it's your master key for 1688. Now, here's the genius part. That same login works for 1688. You just bypass their entire verification system by using their sister platform. It's like sneaking into a VIP club through the kitchen entrance. Want to use it on desktop? Fire up Chrome with Google Translate extension turned on, use your Taobao login, and you're in. You've just unlocked the world's biggest wholesale marketplace using a shopping account. Beautiful, super simple, and now you're basically halfway there. But wait, there's more. Most people get their account set up and then hit another wall: verification. 1688 loves to ask for documents, business proof, all sorts of bureaucratic nonsense that makes you want to throw your laptop out the window. Here's my hack: verify your Alipay account first. It's way easier. They basically just want to know you're a real person, not a bot. Once that's done, go to your 1688 account management tab, enter your Alipay login ID and password, and boom, you're connected. This little trick saves you from dealing with all the verification headaches that usually come with setting up a 1688 account from scratch. Now that you're officially inside the 1688 system, it's time to turn you into a sourcing machine. We're talking reverse image search like a ninja, vetting suppliers in 30 seconds, and unlocking hidden inventory that most people never even know exists. First things first, navigating the mobile app can feel tricky at first. So here's a quick cheat sheet for those 5 icons at the bottom that are about to become your best friends. Starting from the left, this is your home feed. It's like every shopping app you've ever used. Nothing fancy here, just scroll and discover. Next up is categories. This is where you dive deep into specific product types. Think of it as your organized shopping mall. That third icon, that's camera search. And we're going to talk about this one in detail because it's absolutely game-changing. Fourth is your messages. This is where you can talk with every seller, negotiate prices, and build relationships. And finally, there's your profile and settings. Trust me, if you've used other shopping apps, after a day of using this app, you'll be tapping through them blindfolded. You're officially ready to source like a pro. Okay, first up is the most powerful tool in your arsenal, the reverse image search. See a product you love on Instagram, TikTok, or literally anywhere else? You can find its source in seconds, and I'm about to show you exactly how. On desktop, it's super simple. See that little camera icon in the search bar? Just click it. Now, drag and drop a screenshot of that product you want. Maybe it's that $150 sneaker you saw some influencer wearing. Give it 2 or 3 seconds, and boom, there's the exact same shoe listed for a fraction of the price. On mobile, it's just as easy. Tap that orange camera icon we talked about. You'll need to give it gallery access. Just hit allow. Now, just select your screenshot from your photo gallery. Here's a pro tip. The cleaner your image, the better your results. If you screenshot something from Instagram, crop out all that extra stuff, just leave the product. The algorithm works better when it's not distracted by text overlays or background clutter. This feature alone has probably saved me thousands of dollars over the years. Every time I see something I like, I screenshot it and reverse search it. 9 times out of 10, I find the exact same thing for 60 to 80% less. Finding the product is half the battle. The other half is making sure the seller is legit. You don't have time to do hours of research, so here's my 30-second checklist to spot a great supplier. First, look for the store's score right next to the store's name. Anything 4.5 out of 5 or higher is a great sign. Personally, I'd aim for a bit higher than that, like 4.7 or 4.8, depending on your category. This tells you other buyers are happy. Next, check how many years they've been active. Look for a small badge under their name. 3 or more means they're established and not some fly-by-night operation. Then scroll down and look for this icon. It looks like a little return arrow. This means they offer a 7-day, no-reason return policy, which is a huge green flag. It shows they're confident in their quality. And finally, if it's a mainstream item, check their monthly transactions. If they're moving over 1,000 units, you know they're reliable and other people are buying from them regularly. If a store ticks 3 of these 4 boxes, you're golden. And hey, if you're still unsure, just buy a single unit first. Test the waters before diving in. Here's something most people never figure out. You can actually teach the 1688 algorithm what you like, so it starts bringing the deals to you instead of you hunting for them. When you see a product you like, hover over the star icon to bookmark it. If you like the whole store, hover over their logo to follow them. Think of it like following your favorite brands on Instagram. Now, refresh your home feed. You'll literally see the algorithm working in real time. The more you teach it, the smarter it gets at finding exactly what you're hunting for. After a week of bookmarking and following, your home feed transforms from random products to a curated selection of exactly what you want to buy. It's like having a personal shopping assistant that learns your taste and never gets tired. All right, you've found your product, you've vetted the supplier, and you're ready to make a move. Now comes the part that can feel the most intimidating. Actually, talking to the supplier. Let's be real, communication is everything on 1688. Most sellers primarily speak Chinese, so you need to be clear, polite, and efficient. It can feel like a huge hurdle, but don't worry. I'm going to give you the exact message templates and negotiation tactics to communicate with confidence. You don't need to be fluent, you just need a playbook. The biggest question I get is, what do I even say? I've got you covered. We're going to use those auto-translate tools we talked about in part 1, paired with these simple, effective templates. Just copy, paste, and fill in the blanks. For your very first message to a supplier, here's exactly what you say. Start with, "Hello, I am interested in your," and then insert your product name. Next line, "Can you please send me the following information?" Then you ask for the price for whatever quantity you want, the MOQ, which stands for minimum order quantity, available colors and sizes, and shipping options to your country. End with, "Thank you." See how simple that is? You're showing professional interest and respecting their time by asking for everything at once. No back and forth, no confusion, just straight to the point. Now, what if you want to put your own brand on a product? You need to ask about OEM or ODM. Use this template to sound like you've been doing this for years. Start with, "Hello, I would like to customize," and insert your product name with "my own logo." Then ask, "Can you do OEM or ODM?" If they say yes, you want to know 3 things. What is the MOQ for customization? What is the sample cost? And what is the lead time? Simple as that. With these 2 templates, you can handle 90% of the initial conversations you'll ever need to have. Copy them, save them in your notes, and you're officially ready to start conversations like a seasoned buyer. Now for the fun part, negotiation. Let me tell you a secret. In China's business culture, negotiating isn't rude, it's expected. You can and you should negotiate. Here's how you do it without feeling awkward. First, the golden rule. Be polite, but be firm. Always be respectful, but don't be afraid to ask for a better price, especially if you're buying in larger quantities. They respect directness, wrapped in politeness. Second, and this is my biggest tip, always talk about long-term cooperation. Use phrases like, "I plan to place much larger orders if the sample quality is good." Suppliers want repeat customers, and they will prioritize you and give you better deals if they see potential for a long-term relationship. Third, ask for a bundle deal. If you're ordering a few different products from the same store, ask them for a better total price. They are often willing to cut you a deal for a larger combined order. And finally, know what you can negotiate. It's not just the price per unit, that's amateur hour. You can negotiate sample fees. Sometimes you can get them refunded after you place a real order. You can negotiate the costs for printing logos, for custom packaging, and even the shipping options. Here's what most people don't realize. Everything is negotiable if you approach it right. I've negotiated faster production times, better packaging materials, even exclusive color options that weren't originally available. The key is showing you're serious and you're planning to stick around. Before we wrap up, let's talk samples. This is where a lot of people mess up. They either skip samples entirely or they order way too many. Here's the smart approach. Always order samples first, especially for your first order with a new supplier. Yes, it costs a bit upfront, but it's insurance against bigger problems later. When you order samples, ask for photos of the actual production process. A good supplier will be happy to show you how your product is made. And here's a pro tip. If you're happy with the sample quality, place a small test order before going big. Maybe 50, 100 units instead of 1,000. Test the market, test the supplier's consistency, then scale up once you're confident. Look, I'm going to be straight with you. Your first few conversations might feel clunky. That's normal. But with these templates and strategies, you're already ahead of 90% of people who try to wing it. Remember, suppliers on 1688 deal with international buyers every day. They're used to working with people who don't speak perfect Chinese. They want to sell to you just as much as you want to buy from them. Start with one product, use the templates, be polite but confident, and watch how quickly you build that supplier relationship. Before you know it, you'll be negotiating like someone who's been doing this for years. Okay, team, we've hit the wall that breaks most international buyers. You've found your product, you've vetted the supplier, and you've negotiated a killer price. Everything's going perfectly until you hit that checkout button and realize you're completely stuck. And let's just rip the Band-Aid off right now. Your regular foreign credit or debit card is absolutely not going to work. This is where 90% of people give up and go back to paying retail prices. This is the final boss battle for international buyers, but here's the thing. I'm about to hand you the official cheat code to beat it. So how do you actually pay? The best, safest, and officially integrated way is through us, WorldFirst, and our game-changing payment tool, WorldPay. Now, some suppliers might ask you to pay offline through PayPal or a direct bank transfer. Our advice, be very careful with that, especially when you're dealing with a new supplier. It's less secure and you lose a lot of protection. Using our official WorldPay method is faster, safer, and honestly, way more cost-effective. So why do we recommend our own solution to everyone? Because we built it specifically for this problem. First, we're an official payment partner with 1688. This means the integration is seamless and bulletproof. No glitches, no weird errors, just smooth sailing from checkout to confirmation. Second, we give you better exchange rates. We offer way more competitive rates than your traditional bank, which means more money stays in your pocket instead of getting eaten up by conversion fees. Third, we're multi-currency experts. You can pay from your account in your local currency, dollars, euros, pounds, you name it. And we handle the conversion to Chinese yuan flawlessly. Plus, you get top-notch security and speed. Your funds are protected. 1688's buyer protection still applies, and transactions are significantly faster than a clunky old wire transfer. And the best part, if you ever run into an issue, we provide bilingual customer support to help you out. No more getting lost in translation when you need help. Okay, enough talk. Let us walk you through exactly how to make a payment using WorldFirst. You're going to see just how easy we've made this. First, once you've selected your item and the quantity you want, you're going to select cross-border logistics on the checkout page and then hit that big Submit Order button. Next, you'll be prompted to enter your Alipay personal account password, followed by the one-time code they send you for security. This links the payment securely to your account. And that's basically it. Once we receive the payment, your supplier gets the official green light and will start processing your order. You'll get a confirmation right away on both 1688.com and your WorldFirst dashboard, so you know everything went through perfectly. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, what if WorldFirst isn't available in my country, or are there other options? Here's the deal. There are a few other payment methods floating around, but most come with significant drawbacks. Some people use Alipay Tour Pass, which works for tourists, but it's limited and not really designed for serious sourcing. Others try to go through third-party payment processors, but you're adding extra fees and potential security risks. The reality is, if you're serious about sourcing from 1688, WorldFirst is your best bet. It's what the pros use, it's what the platform recommends, and it's what actually works consistently. Here are a few pro tips to make your payment process even smoother. Always double-check your order details before hitting submit. Once the payment goes through, making changes becomes a lot more complicated. Verify the quantity, the specifications, and the shipping address. Keep screenshots of everything: your order confirmation, payment receipt, and any communication with the supplier. This is your paper trail if anything goes sideways. Pay attention to processing times. While WorldFirst is fast, allow 1 to 2 business days for everything to clear completely. Don't panic if you don't see immediate updates. That's normal. And here's something most people don't know. You can often negotiate payment terms with established suppliers. If you're placing large orders, some suppliers will let you pay a deposit up front and the balance before shipping. This gives you more cash flow flexibility. Once your payment clears, here's what typically happens. Your supplier will confirm the order and give you a production timeline. For most standard products, you're looking at 3 to 7 days for processing, depending on the quantity and complexity. They'll also arrange shipping and provide you with a tracking number. This is where having good communication with your supplier really pays off. They'll keep you updated on progress and any potential delays. And here's the thing that separates amateur buyers from pros. Follow up proactively. Don't just sit and wait. Check in every few days, ask for production updates, and make sure everything is on track. All right, we're at the final crossroads that separates the pros from the amateurs. You've got one last choice to make: air or sea. Get this wrong and all those killer deals you negotiated? Your profits will evaporate faster than you can say shipping costs. Let's break this down so you never make this expensive mistake. So when do you go air? Think lightweight champions with serious value. If your package is loaded with sterling silver rings, premium hair bundles, or compact electronics, air freight is your best friend. Low weight, high value, lightning speed. This is your go-to for items that won't punish your wallet on shipping costs. Now this absolute unit, this is sea freight territory. We're talking furniture, ceramics, bulk textiles, anything that has serious mass. That innocent looking duvet cover, once you compress a bunch of them together, you've basically created shipping bricks. And since air freight charges by the kilogram, shipping heavy stuff by air will absolutely obliterate your profit margins. My golden rule is bulletproof. Ship heavy or bulky items by sea, or watch your margins get demolished. Still not buying it? Let me blow your mind with the actual math. Air rates run around 55 yuan per kilogram, so your cute little 1.2 kilo parcel costs about 66 yuan plus fuel surcharges. Clean and simple. But sea freight, that's completely different game. It's all about volume, not weight. At 4,000 yuan per cubic meter, let's say you've got a standard carton measuring 60 centimeters by 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. That's 0.1 cubic meters, costing you around 400 yuan by sea. Here's the kicker. That same carton weighs 10 kilograms. Ship it by air, you're hemorrhaging 550 yuan. The math doesn't lie. Choose wrong and you're literally throwing money into the ocean. And there you have it. You've officially graduated from the complete 1688 sourcing masterclass. From navigating like a ninja to negotiating like a boss, you now possess the same insider knowledge that took me years of expensive trial and error to master. Look, I know we've thrown a lot at you in this series, and I totally get that starting from zero can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why I've loaded the description with every useful link and resource you'll need. Plus, we at WorldFirst are doubling down on creating game-changing content around sourcing and e-commerce. With 1.2 million businesses using us worldwide, there's no better way to give back to our cross-border community than delivering actionable guides like this. The wholesale world is officially yours to conquer. Stop paying retail like a tourist and start sourcing like the business owner you were born to be. If this series just completely transformed your approach to sourcing, smash that like button, drop your burning questions in the comments, and hit subscribe for more insider sourcing secrets. Your future self will thank you for taking this leap. See you in the next one, Sourcing Legends.